All right, so today we are talking about, can you outrun a bad diet? Eesh, this hat's so doggone tight, I feel like I squeezing my brains. Woo! What's up, good people? Welcome to Miles from India. For my new viewers and subscribers, I'm India, and for my returning peeps, what's up and welcome back. All right, so today we are talking about, can you outrun a bad diet? So basically, can you eat like crap and then running still be like successful, feel good, and you PRing and doing all that good stuff, but you're still ingesting not so good food? So this video is not to shame anybody if you're eating bad food, whatever it is, but I want to tell you all how eating better has changed my performance, as well as just getting a better and healthier lifestyle. And to me, that's what's important. So if y'all peep my thumbnail, those were hella snacks that I had at my disposal. Don't ask where I got them from. I won't rat anybody out. But that's some good stuff. And I still eat that stuff, but just not all the time like I used to. Okay, so let's be real. So the reason why I really wanted to make this video is because I found myself for so many years running hella miles, like a lot of miles, and not seeing any result in my weight, no inches, no drop in pounds. It was almost as if my running meant nothing, and I was not getting the effect that I used to get when it came to running. So if you checked out my first video when I talked about my running journey, I explained that losing weight was one of the reasons why I started running. But then as I got older, because your girl is getting a little older, but aging like fine wine, I realized that even if I run, the miles weren't coming off. Now that's a change in my metabolism, my age, as well as just what I was eating. I ran my last full marathon in October 2018, hence the Chicago Marathon shirt. I had to rep it out for this video, but I literally found myself gaining every month after I finished that training for the Chicago Marathon. It literally was like I gained probably about 30 to 40 pounds since running that last marathon. And when I say my body has changed in so many ways, it was not in a good way. So I began to have like a lack of confidence in running. When I went to races, I was not really confident with taking pictures. And then I just saw that my everyday running just continue to go down. So we're not even really talking about pace, but just how I was feeling on my runs. I was always sluggish, just not feeling into it, always exhausted and tired. And it wasn't as if there was a lot going on outside, like other hindering factors, but my body just was not where it needed to be. And I could tell that it was whatever I was putting into my body was the performance that I was getting out. So a couple other things, that my body just wouldn't turn over on my runs. So it was one of those things where you feel like you're getting in the mode, you got through mile 1 or you got to the corner, whatever your situation was, and I just could not get to the point where I was feeling good and kind of zoning out on those runs. Not only that, but I was having little GI issues on my runs and on my races, and nobody wants to go number 2 when they're in the process of running. Like, nobody wants to pull over to the side, do it in the bushes, find a bathroom, like gotta go right now. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So I said, you know what? Something has got to change. Now, it took a while for me to get there. I was yo-yoing back and forth. I would be okay one minute on eating healthy and doing better, and then I would not on the other side. And it was like, well, India, really check why you continue to go back and forth with your nutrition. But some of the things why I want to make the changes, obviously, I want better performance with my runs. So not only am I going to want to not feel horrible on my runs, I want to not feel the cheeseburger or the fried fish or whatever it was that I had the night before. I don't want to feel it on my stomach the day after. I don't want to feel guilty per se for having that meal, knowing that I probably should have picked a healthier choice if I was going to have a long run, or picked a healthier choice if I knew I had a race the next day, or if I had a goal like track workout that I needed to do the next day. So for me, it was one of those things about making healthier choices so that I can feel good with performance. I'm doing a lot with my hands. Let me see how long it'll take for me to keep my hands down. So the other thing that I would like to do is I want to be able to see, they came up just that quick. Y'all getting the hands today. Hands. So another why is because I want to be able to run and have kids at some point. So I want to be able to run around with my spouse and my children, regardless of how old I will be at that time. I want to be able to be active and engaging with them when they are at that age. I want to look good. I want to look good in my shorts and my racerback shirts. Like, I want to look good in them, and I just want to feel confident. And as a runner, feeling confident really affects your performance. So for me, like when I get a new outfit, if I'm feeling good, when I'm running, I'm feeling like a true badass. And it's one of those things where it's like you really have to adjust those things if you are wanting a good performance. You really have to look at what you're putting into your body, because food is fuel. All right, so a couple of reasons why a lot of people, and I'll speak for myself, like don't hold on to what we may consider the diets. I really don't like the diet word. Like for me, it is a change of lifestyle. But a lot of times when those things don't hold on, it's because you really are not ready to make the change. So one of the reasons why I used to get really bad on these plans was because I was not ready to change and really think about the inner reasons as to why I was eating the way that I was, and actually think about how I was using food as a just basically like a band-aid over the other issues that I had. And I was literally sneaking to eat certain food, or just having food that I knew that I didn't need to have, and then going out for a run and then being mad at myself if the run didn't execute the way that I was wanting to. Like, what's the point of that? All right, so once I realized that nutrients was basically my issue, I'm running all the miles, I don't mind hitting the gym to work out, I'm lifting weights, I'm doing all these things, but I'm eating how I want to. And I just realized, you know what, it's all about my food intake. There was no changes happening to my body. I wasn't seeing any results. I was seeing results at some points, but it was to the point where it was like either I was gaining super fast, or I just wasn't having enough energy. So it was like a mix of both things. So you guys know, as runners, we get very hungry. So like we're burning a lot of calories when it comes to running. So what you want to do is ensure that you're ingesting enough calories to kind of sustain you through the workouts. However, you also don't want to go do a run, burn 1,000 calories or 500 calories, and then when you're done with your run, you go and ingest 2,000 calories after your run because you're like, yes, I made it, I did great, I did that run. And it's like, that is not... You want to ensure that you're ingesting healthy food into your body to rebuild the muscle and everything, but you also don't want to, basically, in my mind, I think about it as canceling out your workout. So it's no point to go have this amazing workout, you sweat it, you took care of all of these good things with your body, all these endorphins are going on, but then you go and have a crappy brunch or breakfast or lunch or dinner, and it's almost as if you didn't have the workout at all. So something like that I like to have before runs is, a lot of times I do the honey stinger waffles. I also like to do either toast or a bagel with peanut butter. That's something that I like to have on my stomach before I run. That gives you the fuel to run and to sustain through the runs. Now, a lot of people don't like to run for every run, and depending upon the distance. So some people say if you're doing 5 miles or less, or even 3 miles or less, food or doing that run on a fasted state, meaning without any food, may be fine. And some people just kind of, you really have to figure out your body. So I know for me, if I'm doing 5 or 6 or more, I want to ensure that I'm having something in my body and it won't be fasted, just so that I can have the fuel. So I'll do the bagels and the peanut butter, or toast and peanut butter. Also do peanut butter crackers. And if I am really feeling fancy, which this doesn't happen often, but I will also do oatmeal. But you want to make sure that you are eating 1 to 2 hours before your run or your workout, because if you need to go to the bathroom after and digest the food that you had in your system, you want to do that because you don't want to get caught up on your run. Now, after my run, especially if it is a long run, meaning 6 miles, 7, 8 miles or more, I'm usually not hungry. So everyone's body is different. And again, I'm not a nutritionist. This is just via experience for me. but usually after a run, I always just chug a protein shake. So I do these Atkins protein shakes a lot of times because they are higher in calories, because they are a bigger bottle than some of my other protein shakes that I ingest. They have a good balance of the carbs as well as protein. So I enjoy putting that in so that your muscles can recover and you can have something on your stomach as well. Now I do still try to eat within the next couple hours of taking that, but some people just aren't hungry after a run. Now, of course, you want to fuel as much as you can. So you want to have your waters and your electrolytes, especially if you're a sweater like me. You want to ensure that you're refueling with water and all of your electrolytes. So a lot of times I do the Powerade, and it's usually Powerade Zero that I take, and that always helps me out a lot. Okay, so let me tell you how I got on my quest to nutrition. So I have been following a young lady named Crust on social media, and it's Get Fit with Crust. I'll post her here. She actually is a bodybuilder, but she also does nutrition. She has a program called the Nutrition Lab. And so with that Nutrition Lab, I started in April, and it was basically a challenge of eating clean, working out. She gave us a certain amount of days to eat clean, work out, document how much food we were eating, and like really have a consultation with her to kind of talk about, one, what we were currently eating, how much we were ingesting and what that looked like. And then she helped us to understand how that may have been working counteractively with our body. And then she taught us how to count, not really how to count our calories and our macros, but understanding how fat macros, for people that may not know, a lot of people don't know this, but my macros is fat, carbs, and protein. So how to count what you ingest, because not all calories or not all foods is good foods, and you want to have a good balance between those three items. So once she taught me how I needed to do that, it was like the ball got rolling and the weight started to come off. Now it was slow, but the weight started to come off. You all check out this video. It is a great explanation of like how many calories you need to ingest a day just for you as an individual, just sitting, breathing, doing nothing else, and then of course adding in your activity.
Watching this video is because you want to get a better understanding of macros, how to use them, what they are, and the process of calculating them for yourself. So this is a very empowering tool to be able to incorporate into your day-to-day, just to help you kind of understand how much food you're eating, how much food you need to eat in order to reach your goals, and what to do when it comes to tracking them.
Now, something else that I did was I got this book here, Run Fast, Eat Slow, Shalane Flanagan, which is an amazing runner. Absolutely love her. And as y'all can see, all my tabs of things that I have. But this book is really, really good. It allows you to just have some great meals that are nutritious, colorful, and not boring. I think one of the biggest things and issues that I ran into is that I was eating foods that were boring. So I was getting your chicken breast or your fish with asparagus and maybe like a sweet potato, like just stuff that was just so boring, and I was eating that every week, and so I would fall off. Like, who wants to eat that? But this book here gives you exciting things that are still nutrient for your body, and it is good for runners. So when I got on the train of eating better, I realized, okay, Indy, if you're gonna be able to commit to this process, you need to find ways to eat better, healthier food, and just substituting out the bad stuff for the good stuff. So for instance, on one of my weeks of on one of my weeks of fueling, I was eating cauliflower pizza every day because I really wanted pizza. I'm not vegan, I am not vegetarian, I'm not any of that. I still eat meat, and I don't restrict myself on those things. I just find healthier options as well as smaller portions. So something that I can tell you guys is a lot of times when we go out to, this is a good example, when we go out to Chinese food restaurants and we get that big carton of rice, some people eat that whole carton of rice. That's like 3 servings worth of what you could be eating. Like, you could have 3 meals for that 1 carton of rice, as well as the meat. Like, they give you a like really, really big serving. So portion sizes were big to me, as well as like sodium. Like, making sure that I'm watching my sodium intake was a big deal. So like, for instance, this is some trail mix that I absolutely love. And I love trail mix. But this 1 container of trail mix is, let's see, 120 milligrams of sodium. So like, yeah, this is great. Yes, it's nuts, which is a really, really good fat. And of course, that has some raisins and some chocolate in here, which is fine. But when you have things like this and you have a lot of sodium, you have to watch your sodium intake that you have on an everyday basis. And a lot of drinks too have high sodium. So what I learned, like as a runner, we have to, y'all see, Lord, I'm like squeezing my brain with this hat. It's like ridiculous. Like, why is it so tight on my head? Maybe my head's swollen today because I usually don't have to like do that. Giving a whole headache. So another example is that if I wanted pasta, because I love pasta. So if I wanted pasta, I would do chickpea noodles or chickpea pasta instead of your regular pasta, or even wheat noodles. I don't really care for the wheat. I prefer the chickpea, but most of the time I would do chickpea instead of wheat, and I'm getting more protein. So as a runner, I'm learning that we have to have a good number of protein, carbs, fat, as well as a good mix of fruits and vegetables. And it's not like, it's just eat the whole food group. Like at the end of the day, we need those things to fuel our body. Food is fuel. Here is an example of something that I would eat for a week.
All right, so for breakfast this morning, in the morning for this week, I am going to do a half a cup of oats, half a cup of blueberries. I'm going to do a little bit less than a fourth of almonds, and then I do almond milk to go with it. And that is my oatmeal for breakfast. And to go along with my breakfast, I also do a cold brew coffee. So this is Stoke cold brew coffee. It's only 15 calories per serving. And then I add this Premier Protein. So this helps me to get my protein in early in the morning. And this is 30 grams of protein. It's really good. So this mix is amazing. All right, as a snack, I will do a half a cup of these, or a full cup. And then I'll do a couple tablespoons of this hummus, which is also really good protein. All right, so I usually try to do my carbs for lunch versus dinner. And so I'm doing penne pasta, but it's chickpea. And then I'm doing this vegan cashew basil sauce with some chopped up, 4 ounces of chopped up chicken breast. The 1/4 cup. Pour it in, and that's 1 serving. And then I'm just gonna mix it all together and heat it up. So when I do it separately like that, it allows me not to just like take a big scoop out of a container that's already mixed, and my actual calories and macros are counted correctly. So some people would go ahead and mix the pasta along with the chicken, along with the pesto, and then they just scoop out of that. But I feel like you won't get your exact 4 ounces or the number of pasta that you want and the amount of tablespoons of pesto sauce that you want. So I do it separately. And there we go. Pasta salad done. And that's what I will eat every day this week. So pasta and carbs is not bad for you. Listen, I'm not gonna smack in y'all's ear, but this pasta is so good. Very happy with my meal prep choice for the week. All right, and for dinner, I'm going to do this mix here, and then I'm gonna try this Skinny Girl balsamic vinaigrette. I've never tried it, but I'm really happy about the calories and everything else that's in it. I'm really excited about that. And then I'm just gonna saute some shrimp. So that is what I'm having. All right, so this is my last snack. So I always have this after my workout. So isolate whey protein, vanilla, and I just literally mix it with water, and that's it.
And no, your girl does not eat salads every single week. Literally, no. I think I have salads maybe once a month. Like I really don't. And of course, like for people that may ask, meal prep is not for everyone. I like to meal prep. I do my meals on Sundays for the entire week, or to at least get me through Thursday, and half day on Friday. But meal prep is not for everyone. It just works for me. It takes thinking out of things, and it also allows me to get my meals in through my very busy schedule. Another thing, before you ask, a lot of people ask me, do I have cheat meals? So I don't call them, I try not to call them cheat meals, because I feel like cheat meals means that you're cheating on something you shouldn't be doing. And if changing a lifestyle and diet is what you want to do, it's not necessarily a cheat meal. But yes, I have meals that are outside of what I would consider healthy every week.
Trust me. I don't restrict myself. It's all about moderation.
So it's one of those things where I have those every week and I enjoy them every single week. There are some times when I have certain meals and I'm like, why did I eat that? But I think that that's just because my body, after 4 months of like being on track with nutrition, like my body is now like getting to a point of rejecting it. Let's recap my changes. So obviously I committed to a healthier lifestyle. I obtained a nutritionist for help with my numbers. Of course, meal prep, I usually do Monday through Thursday, but every week I track my calories and that includes my portion sizes. So I measure everything out. I also minimize my sodium and sugar intake. I drink a lot of water, usually a minimum of 90 ounces a day. I also work out 4 to 5 days a week, whether that be running or lifting weights, and I minimize my stress. And the biggest thing is consistency and patience. Okay, so let's talk really quick about diet culture. I know that everybody's hearing this term, diet culture, diet culture, diet culture. So the thing about diet culture and what I consider diet culture is that everybody that kind of hops on to these fads of ways to lose weight and be healthy and quote unquote healthy and fit. So you're keto, I am now going to be a vegan, I'm now going to do these things, like these fad diets that are supposed to be quick options to losing weight or being fit. So like for me, I don't believe in those type of diets because I feel like there should be a balance. You should be able to ingest various things and different things into your system and into your body to be able to process. And everyone is different. There's different reasons why people don't eat meat. There's different reasons why people don't eat gluten and all of these other things. But again, all of that is a part of a diet culture that kind of pushes you to want a particular lifestyle. And of course, like if you look at previous years, 1 year was a big keto year. The next year is gluten-free year. The next year is, oh, I want to be pescatarian. Oh, now I want to be a vegan. Oh, don't do this, don't do that. And it's just do what is best for your body. Everyone is different. Whatever works for you. Don't push fads on people. Do your research to see what works best for you and what may not. There's some people that are totally fine with gluten. There's people that are totally fine with dairy. There's people that are totally fine with bread and with meat. And we just have to really figure out what works best for you. And that's how I feel with everything. When people ask me about like the details of how many calories I ingest, what my macros are and all of that, I don't give those exact numbers because at the end of the day, that is what works for me as well as what has been calculated for me for my activity and my body. All right, so another reason why we want to stay away from diet cultures as runners, there are so many runners out here and more specifically on the elite side, but we get into this place where we're so pressured to be at a particular weight or size or feel, and we don't eat how we should because we're trying to stay at that particular size. And it's causing a lot of athletes, especially more so women, to lose their cycles. They can't sustain the weight. So as soon as they start eating things that they would probably previously have done when they were more in a healthier or what some may say unhealthy place, they're continuing to lose the weight. They're not fueling right. So when you're on runs and you're seeing young ladies or men pass out because they have not eaten what is needed, y'all, it's really, really important to like not get caught up into all of this. You have to fuel your body. Food is fuel, and you just want to ensure that you're having nutrients, like your foods are significantly good and having a good nutritional value to them. All right, so I gave you a couple tips on kind of what I do, and I hope this was helpful for a lot of the runners and just people in general that, you know, I want to close with 5 different things that just kind of really, when I was talking about what I was going to do for this vlog, I said I really want to ensure that these 5 things really hit home for people. So number 1, it's okay to not want to look a certain way. So there's like this body positivity culture that's also out right now where individuals that may be considered plus size or heavier are being seen as I have body positivity, it's okay for me to be this weight. But the opposite end of it is it's also okay to find what your healthy is and find what you should be doing. So if you want to work on your nutrients and if you want to ensure your nutrition, work on your nutrition and you want to have a healthier fit you, do so. That should not be anything negative towards you. You can do that. And if you're not interested in doing that and you want to still run these miles and still ingest foods that may not be as healthy for you, go for that too. Number 2, skinny does not always mean healthy. There's a lot of people that I could probably outrun or sustain in miles just because I'm trained up for that. But be careful when you're looking at social media and all that, and you're looking at these bodies. A lot of people also are not mentally healthy. They may look physically healthy, but mentally they're not healthy. Number 3, it's all about choosing a healthier lifestyle and healthier habits, and not shaming other people for what they look like and the things that they're doing or the things that they're eating. We're all trying to manage through this world, so it is all good. But at the end of the day, you have to choose what's best for you. And for me, I am choosing a healthier lifestyle of having better nutrition and ensuring that I am eating healthier so I can have a longer life. All right, so I hope that was helpful for you all. Again, if you all want to check out my nutritionist that I use, Get Fit with Chris is her social media handle. You can definitely check her out. If you have any questions in regards to my nutrition, definitely hit me up. Again, I am not a pro. I'm not a nutrition. I'm not a dietitian. This is just me giving you my journey and kind of what I did. I hope that you all like this episode. If you have not already, give me a like, go ahead and subscribe and share out this feed. I really appreciate everyone that continues to watch my videos. And again, thank you to my new subscribers and followers. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope that you all have a great day.